Okay, I got the baby. She's watching cartoons. This is my daughter, Lulu. So, back to what I was talking about. I was talking about the magic of asking. So, asking in this way of just like, I have desire. Would you help me fulfill it? No pressure, just for the hell of it, just for funsies. Wouldn't it be fun to just play together in this way? Can be a beautiful thing. And also, I know that when I was contemplating doing this kind of ask, I was so nervous. I was so like crazy in my head about it because I had these stories that it was wrong to just ask for something like that from somebody just because I had a desire. Like, what? Like, basically, I was coming up against all of this conditioning that I need to protect people from experiencing the magnetism of my desire. And it's sort of like this weird idea of politeness that's actually very isolating. And it's actually has this very like codependent sort of vision of other people as just like these weak people that have to be protected from even feeling or knowing about your honest desire. So that they don't become slaves to your honest desire, or so that you don't have to have the experience of them saying no. So anyways, the point is I had to start learning to look at other people as whole, powerful beings who are absolutely wonderful when they say yes to me and absolutely wonderful when they say no to me. And I had to start understanding that desire is truly the essence of a relationship. So what does that mean? Or maybe more accurately, I should say it's the essence of intimacy. So in order to have an actual intimate, connected friendship, relationship with anybody, they have to know what I actually desire so that they can respond to it. And then the nature of their response to it is, what happens next in the relationship. And I need to know their desires so that I can respond to it. And of course, the response can be a yes, I want to fulfill that desire for you, or no, I don't, or I want to help you find some other way to fulfill that desire, whatever. But what we are is desire. I mean, that's like, we have a bunch of mental conditioning, and then we have desires. That's what we are. So if I'm hiding my desires, if I'm not letting people know what I actually want and giving them opportunities to help me fulfill that desire, I'm setting up a situation where they are not actually in relationship with me as a vulnerable, desirous, electrical being, and instead they're in relationship with some like cardboard facsimile of me that I have created actually as a manipulation so that I can keep my desire secret and they don't really get to know it. They just get to interact with this sort of facade of me, and I can go about, I don't know what. I can get something from them like approval or validation or, so for example, in the instance of making this request of my client, like I did have the thought, okay, well, what if he doesn't want to renew with me as a coach? What if this is like just this horrible, unprofessional, evil thing for me to do? On and on and on. But if I had not asked, if I had not expressed that desire, I wouldn't have been allowing the relationship to evolve. And it did evolve. It evolved into friendship. And this, client and I went on to have many more wonderful conversations and exchanges. And we wouldn't have evolved that way if he had not heard me vulnerably express this desire. So what else here? This So what we're talking about, vulnerably inhabiting your desire, really getting behind it, being relentless in your pursuit of its fulfillment. These are principles that will can help you pay for a transformational program like Sleepover Mystery School or anything else. And these are also the same principles that would help you succeed in life in general. So, and I didn't know that when I started practicing this work of vulnerably, fully, relentlessly inhabiting my own desire. I thought that success in life came from a whole bunch of other things. I thought it came from editing my desires and not letting people vulnerably feel them or hear about them or have a chance to meet them. I thought that I just needed to fit some mold of goodness and then I would be rewarded for it. Whether that was getting all A's in school and then I would get a nice job and I would please my boss. And no, basically, I wanted to be rescued from my own desire. I wanted to be protected from it. I wanted for me not to have to encounter it. I wanted for other people not to have to encounter it. I just wanted to sort of sneak by. But I learned that the world simply does not operate that way. At least having a thriving, rich existence does not operate that way. If we want to have thriving, hot, electrical, fulfilling lives, we need to have this kind of devotion to our desire in this sort of non-attached way that I'm talking about, where you understand that getting the thing, whatever the thing is that you're attracted to, is actually a bonus. It's a side effect. It is not the point. The point is that you are choosing to become somebody who lives in the live wire truth of who you are. And that live wire is always about what actually turns you on, what you desire. Another way of saying that is what actually turns you on. What makes you go oh my God, yes. Oh yeah. What sounds so much fun, so amazing. Committing to that. So the alternative is to be no, I'm not going to commit to that just because something sounds fun and amazing and turns me on. Hey, instead, I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing because it's safe, because I know I can survive this way. I won't be embarrassed. I won't be humiliated. I won't, risk changing any of my relationships with people. I won't risk getting more intimately connected with people once they hear about and feel and have an actual opportunity to support me in what actually lights me up and turns me on. I will just continue muddling through and trying to check off, whatever I think will give me security. That really is the alternative. And that alternative is usually one that's full of consolation prizes. So if you're not vulnerably, fully, relentlessly committed to your own turn on, your own desire, your own bliss that lights you up and following that path, instead, you can get social validation, you can get a regular paycheck, you can get, a kind of emotional insulation. You can have relationships that are based on something, not actual turn on, but something. And you might even think that, I guess what I'm struggling to say is oftentimes when we think that we want things, but we don't have actual emotional energy with those things, we don't really want them. So like when people tell me that they're really turned on by Sleepover Mystery School and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so hot, I really want this. Like, I know what they mean. I know that like turned on feeling in the body when you think about doing something or having something. It's like, okay. Because I experienced that likewise when I was attracted to the transformational programs that I went through. Then there's other desires that I think that I have, which really are just thoughts. They're not felt bodily experiences. So like sometimes I think, oh man, my car is kind of small. It would be cool to get a minivan, and that way I could fit her and my stepkids and their friends, and I could have a minivan. Okay. So do I want a minivan? Yes. Am I filled with turn on and mystery and wonder and yes when I think about the minivan? No. Will I probably get a minivan as a side effect of following and saying yes to and being relentless and vulnerable and fully committed to the things that do actually like really fill me with excitement and turn me on? Yes. And would I want a life in which, in order to get the minivan, I was doing all sorts of stuff that wasn't actually like fun and hot and fulfilling for me? Like, would the minivan still be, I mean, what I'm trying to say in my overly caffeinated way this morning is that whatever you do, if you're listening to this, what I want to invite is that you decide today to commit to, I will live a life that is where I am fully committed to what thrills me, what delights me, what astounds me with wonder. I will put my energy, my resources, my relentlessness, my totality in going towards that. And I'll enjoy what I enjoy along the way, and I'll be transformed by the process. Just this process will evolve me, and I'll probably die and dissolve in puddles of humiliation a whole bunch of times, and it'll be great. That's all part of the process. It's just sensation. I can do it. All of life is sensation. Great. And I will trust that whatever little baubles or things that I feel like I need for my security, cars, housing, things like that, will come to me as I fully commit to what turns me on, what lights me up, what makes me a live wire. Because I would rather just fail at that. I would rather give myself wholly to my desire and experience complete annihilation than live a life where I am just trying to, get security for the sake of security, no matter how bored I am, no matter how no matter how much, I think you get what I mean. I'm a little bit tripping up my words right now, but I think you're starting to feel what I'm pointing to, which is there's a huge qualitative difference between a life where you are vulnerably, relentlessly inhabiting and going after your desire and asking for help with fulfilling it and making offers to get you towards it, and hey baby, and a life where you're kind of just ticking off boxes. You can survive in that kind of life, but it's never going to be fulfilling, because the fulfillment comes from putting yourself on the line. It comes from the humiliation. It comes from the, like, here I am a being. I really want this thing. It really, really draws me and lights me up, and that's just the truth. That's just what's happening. Just stay in that truth. Just act from there. Put all of your wits towards lining up with that. You will see an amazing transformation in yourself. And that is true, again, even if you, don't get the money together in time, even if you sign up and go to the thing and it radically disappoints you in some way, it doesn't matter, because it's not about the thing. In fact, I'll tell you that, Sleepover Mystery School is a vibration. It's a desirable vibration. And there's going to be many fascinating things that happen in the concentration of this vibration as a live event that, I don't want to miss them. I'm obsessed with being there, so I can understand you wanting to be obsessed with being there too. And it's a vibration. It's something that you can inhabit right now, that you can relentlessly, vulnerably, with your full being, inhabit it. That is in itself the thing. I guess, it's a bit cliche, but it's the journey. It's not the destination, right? So if there's some destination that seems to inspire you towards a deep journey, go full throttle towards that destination. Go on that journey. Okay. I guess that's the meat of what I have to say today. Do business, put yourself in business, ask for money. Wait. I forgot. Credit cards. This is another intense, sensational topic. I have put transformational programs on credit cards, again, when I did not know how I was going to pay for them. It worked out really, really well for me. Part of why it worked out was because I decided what I experience in going through this, the process, what happens, the people that I meet, the experiences that I have. I am going to turn that into money to pay off this debt. I will figure it out one way or another. And so I had that commitment within myself. I didn't have this idea of okay, I'm gonna put this on a credit card and maybe I'll pay it off someday, maybe it'll just follow me around for the rest of my life. No, I made a firm decision. I am going to learn things and experience things, and I am going to translate that into money somehow. So that was fairly obvious how that translation might work when I signed up for a coach training program, but that was not at all obvious when I signed up for basically trainings on sex and magic. But I just decided, it's going to, I will find a way. So I know, so this part is sounding kind of vague. And it's also not vague. It's also super clear. It's also you can see anything as an investment in yourself, and you can decide that you will pay back that investment and profit immensely from it. If it's truly something that's calling to you, and that, especially a transformational program that's in person, you'll be meeting new people, you'll be having an expanded horizon of yourself, a new experience of yourself. You can trust that that's an investment that you can experience lots of profit from, lots of reward from. Okay, I think that's what I got. Thank you, everybody. Have a fun journey being fully vulnerable, fully relentless, and fully inhabiting your desire for Sleepover Mystery School or whatever else it is. Bye-bye.